I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. If Kevin McCarthy thought that Donald Trump was going to bail him out after being humiliated in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, failing in 3 successive roll call votes to secure the speakership, something that has not happened since 1923. Since 1923, the Speaker of the House has secured it in 1 roll call vote. Here, McCarthy had to adjourn the House for the day because there was not enough votes. In fact, by the 3rd roll call vote, there had been an additional defection where there were 19 defections in the 1st roll call vote and the 2nd roll call vote. By the 3rd roll call vote, McCarthy had lost an additional Republican, 20 defections opposing Kevin McCarthy as Speaker, so they had to adjourn. Now, following the adjournment of the House of Representatives speakership vote, Donald Trump gave an interview with Garrett Hawk, and in this interview, Donald Trump said that he said, "We will see what happens. We will just see how it all works out." He declined to answer the question if he will be sticking by his endorsement of Kevin McCarthy for Speaker, and just said, we'll see what happens. He also said that Kevin McCarthy had been calling him all day asking for support. But again, Trump's response is, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it all works out. That is the typical cowardly Donald Trump response. Not taking a position, not saying he does or doesn't support an individual. Just, hey, we will look into it and ultimately see what happens. And you think about it, Kevin McCarthy completely sold his soul to Donald Trump following the January 6th insurrection, after Kevin McCarthy was discovered on tape telling members of the Republican Party that he was going to confront Donald Trump, and he thought that Donald Trump acted very inappropriately on January 6th. Of course, Donald Trump acted inappropriately. Kevin McCarthy flew to Mar-a-Lago, took this photo where essentially he put his arm around Donald Trump and thereafter did everything he could to try to cover up the January 6th insurrection, to support conspiracy theories, to support election denialism, to try to destroy our democracy. That was a deal that Kevin McCarthy made, he believed, because he thought that would allow him to become Speaker. But Donald Trump is too weak and too much of a coward, and so Kevin McCarthy basically gave up everything, all of his dignity, so he can get this role of Speaker of the House. And this is how Donald Trump repays him. When will people learn that Donald Trump is a coward, traitor, and has no loyalty at all to anyone other than himself, and will destroy the United States of America, will destroy our government to protect himself and destroy our Constitution? Heck, he called for terminating our Constitution. Here's a statement that Donald Trump issued on his social media platform following the House of Representatives adjourning after Kevin McCarthy failed to secure the speakership after those 3 successive votes. Donald Trump wrote, "There is so much unnecessary turmoil in the Republican Party, in large part due to people like the old broken crow, Mitch McConnell, his wife, Coco Chow, who is a sellout to China, and their rhino allies, who make it difficult for everyone else by constantly capitulating to hopeless Joe Biden and the Democrats. The $1.7 trillion Green New Deal booster that McConnell and the rhinos handed to the Dems last week was a real downer and embarrassment to Republicans!" Exclamation point. Can you get more cowardly, weird, and pathetic than that? Donald Trump blaming the fact that 19 or now 20 Republicans refused to support Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. The reason Donald Trump blames for that is Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader, who, by the way, secured his position as the Senate Minority Leader after 1 roll call vote, who has nothing to do at all with the House of Representatives Speaker race. Donald Trump has to call him names also, old broken crow. Then Donald Trump has to be xenophobic, misogynistic, and racist and go after Mitch McConnell's wife, Elaine Chao, who happened to be in Donald Trump's cabinet, his cabinet secretary, the secretary who ran the Department of Transportation. Donald Trump attacks her in hateful, xenophobic, and despicable terms. He then goes after other Republicans and says rhino allies trying to create division and creating division within the Republican Party. He blames the omnibus spending bill, that somehow is the reason that Kevin McCarthy could not secure the votes he needed to become Speaker of the House. And that all of this was it was a real downer. It was a real downer. I mean, how pathetic can you be that you say that's a real downer? No, it's a lack of leadership combined with your complete weakness, combined with the fact that the Republican Party is in utter chaos because it's no longer recognizable anymore. The Republican Party today is the MAGA Republican Party. This is a group of people who supported the January 6th insurrection. This is a group of people who objected to the electoral count on January 6th as part of the conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 free and fair election. These are people who support QAnon. These are people who spread conspiracy theories each and every day. These are people who support hate. These are people who ally themselves with the Proud Boys and other terrorist organizations like the Three Percenters and the Oath Keepers and people who have been convicted of seditious conspiracy. So we expect these people to govern? We expect these people to have the interest of our country at heart? No. And people like Kevin McCarthy enabled this conduct. Kevin McCarthy said, if I could just appeal to the MAGA extremists, same thing with Elise Stefanik. They show up, they claim, oh, well, we're these moderate people and we're just problem solvers. But then they see a path to power based on this callous disregard of our Constitution, leaning into the most extreme elements, the Marjorie Taylor Greenes on the one hand and the Matt Gaetz and the Boeberts. And now you have, Marjorie Taylor Greene going after Gaetz and Boebert going after Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they're all calling each other traitors and cowards and that you don't know the art of the deal and he don't know the art of the deal. I want to talk about the art of the deal for a second. Kevin McCarthy, before Tuesday's vote, enabled a new rule in the House of Representative rules that essentially strips him of all power because it allows 5 Republicans to make a vote of no confidence to remove McCarthy at any time. Even if McCarthy was to secure the speakership, we know now that there are 20 Republicans who don't have confidence in McCarthy based on the rule that McCarthy allowed without McCarthy actually securing votes that actually would support him as Speaker of the House. Under the new rule, McCarthy could be forced out by just a vote of 5 of those Republicans. And we know there are 20 people who support him. So in reality, McCarthy has no power at all. No matter what happens, what we saw on Tuesday will be happening like every single day. Even if they find a speaker, we are going to see this type of chaos in the House of Representatives each and every day. And you want to talk about the omnibus bill, people like Mitch McConnell and other senators recognized and realized what disarray the House of Representatives would be in under the control of these MAGA extremists. Just think about it. The work of Congress has not been able to start because the MAGA extremists couldn't pick a Speaker of the House. So if you didn't pass an omnibus spending bill, our entire government gets shut down because of the chaos and because of the destruction of these MAGA extremists? And frankly, that's what the MAGA extremists would do with all spending bills. They would destroy our country, not pass these spending bills, hold Americans hostage the way they're holding Kevin McCarthy hostage right now to destroy our government, to destroy our Constitution, to destroy our economy because they are radical extremists. We got to call a spade a spade. I just want to show you. I looked at, Donald Trump made that statement that I just read on Truth Social, and I wanted to see, okay, well, what are these other posts? Like, who responds to these things? If you go on Truth Social, and I'll do the work for you, so you don't need to do that. All of the responses are like weird cult members or bots who just post these really weird memes back to Donald Trump. So like there's this meme from Jackie V who goes, it's a picture of Trump. It's time to save this great nation from the people who are trying to destroy it. And it's a photo of Trump. And they have like a photo of Mitch McConnell. It's like a meme because all they do is post memes in response. And it's the same people who like respond over and over and over again. Like it's barely readable, this stuff. And then it's Mitch McConnell with the turtle. The difference between a turtle and Mitch McConnell: turtles don't betray their nation. Truth. This is what they're posting on that ridiculous social media site of Donald Trump's. And it goes 45 for speaker. America needs a pinch hitter. And it shows Donald Trump as a baseball player. It looks like those ridiculous NFT trading cards of his that have crashed. And they post a photo of Mitch McConnell. Traitor, they write. They write traitor. And this Laura45 who posts a bunch of weird stuff on the social media platform as well. So there you have it. Donald Trump refusing to support Kevin McCarthy for speaker publicly, refusing to confirm that he still will support Kevin McCarthy. Not only that, releasing this very weird statement, blaming what transpired on Tuesday and the failure to pick a speaker on the fact that somehow it's Mitch McConnell and his wife's fault, and it's the fault of the omnibus spending bill, and it's just been a real big downer. Go back to it. Trump is a complete coward. In addition to being a traitor and a wannabe dictator, you don't get more cowardly than saying, oh, what a downer. Everyone was a downer by the spending bill. Complete and utter loser. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. And check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network.
Our blue wall stopped the red wave and election deniers got denied election. That's why we're celebrating with the new Democracy Prevails team. We've got lots of work to do, but we should all be proud that when democracy was tested, democracy prevailed. You've earned this. Don't wait. Get yours right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.